Hello, dear friends. I do not identify with the doomsday version of the apocalypse, but with the redemptive version. Opinion piece. The seventh seal. Critical moment. Search for answers. The seven trumpets. Pause before the storm. The order is sequential. The swamp is an ocean. Opening of a great secret. Silence anticipates judgment. Secret battle for planet Earth. Second stage of the banking crisis. The rainbow banknote is ready to circulate. Let's start. A meeting of the elders of the last days on Mount Shasta unanimously decided to open the seventh seal to speed up the process because there is much suffering in all the kingdoms. Significant events would begin with Mother Nature. But don't be afraid of anything, because the light will do its work in any way, and it will be a sequence of events that are part of the natural evolution of life as a whole. But the system will hide the truth until the end, according to a supposed message from Saint Germain. Transitioning into a new era requires courage and determination to embrace the freedom to be yourself. The seventh seal represents the prophetic fulfillment of the seals at the end of time and is the introduction of a new series of judgments that will continue to trigger events. It is a reminder of divine sovereignty to fulfill its purpose at the appointed time. The seventh seal is a powerful metaphor used in various contexts, from religious to artistic, to symbolize crucial events, deep mysteries, or significant revelations that have a momentous impact on narrative or human understanding. Many literary works and songs refer to the seventh seal as a symbol of profound revelations. In modern fiction, the seventh seal is often used as a narrative element denoting a critical moment or the opening of a great secret. Beyond its biblical origin and its representation in cinema, the seventh seal can be interpreted as a symbol of the mystery and inevitability of certain events in life and in the universe. It represents the idea that some things are predestined to happen and that their revelation brings significant consequences. In Revelation, the seventh seal is described as the opening of a book that triggers a series of seven judgments that aim to establish the divine kingdom in the world. These judgments are announced by seven trumpets of seven angels. The seventh seal is characterized by a series of events that affect nature and humanity. The seventh trumpet announces the return of Christ and the establishment of the heavenly kingdom. Silence. Unlike the previous seals, the seventh seal is not opened immediately. Instead, there is a brief period of silence in heaven before a new series of judgments are unleashed. This short period of silence is a pause before the storm, an anticipation of the imminent deliverance from the divine judgments that are to come. It is a time of expectation and preparation for the final events that unfold in the book of Revelation. The seventh seal is seen as a solemn pause before the final judgments that will lead to the establishment of the divine kingdom. The seals represent divine intervention in the end of times. They are warnings and signs for humanity, calling us to reflect and repent before it is too late. Ultimately, the prophetic fulfillment of the seals at the end of time invites us to live with hope and confidence that the Creator is in control and that His purposes will prevail. It encourages us to remain faithful in our faith and to trust in the promise that one day all tears will be wiped away and all things will be made new. In contrast to this, Ingmar Bergman's film The Seventh Seal, 1957, is a Swedish film set in medieval Europe during the Black Death, which follows the journey of a crusader knight and his chess game with death, exploring topics such as the existence of God and faith. The title refers to the last of the seven seals of the Apocalypse, and the plot explores themes such as the search for answers to life's big questions. Present time. Matty Armstrong warns that the swamp is now an ocean. In quotes. Second stage of the banking crisis. Investors are calm because they believe that the banking crisis has ended. That is a big mistake. History shows that the major financial crises develop in stages and have a period of tranquility between the initial stage and the critical stage. According to Benjamin Fulford, their secret battle for planet Earth is intensifying as they fight for control of an oncoming black swan financial event. Regardless, the evidence of a coming financial anomaly is overwhelming. Last Sunday, June 9th, 2024, Saudi Arabia ended the 50-year-old petrodollar agreement. Now, Saudi Arabia has joined Chinese-dominated central bank digital currency project, using the code of which China's yuan is based. A missile attack that crippled the aircraft carrier Eisenhower and also contributed to the corporation losing control over the oil market. In a sign that the Russians could be involved, President Putin said that Russia can supply long-range missiles to countries that can attack sensitive targets to those countries that supply such weapons to Ukraine. In quotes. Russia also sent submarines and ships with nuclear weapons to Cuba. Immediately after this, Biden said that he doesn't support the idea of attacking Moscow or the Kremlin. The US Supreme Court has just given the green light to the 40 states that plan to issue their own currencies backed by gold and silver. Fed-linked bank closed 79 branches in just 6 weeks, bringing the total so far for 2024 to over 400. As reported by David Wilcock on his Telegram channel, a rainbow bill is ready to circulate so that the economy can take advantage of the storm of the end of the door. It is backed by gold and assets seized from traffickers. It is also backed by gold from Taiwan and the gold borrowed from the Chinese elders in the Philippines who own 90% of the world's gold to have a jubilee and pay off debts around the world. The plan is to unite all currencies into a single secure electronic unit using an exchange rate mechanism and then simply back all balances against the new unit. The new currency is called El Soberano, the sovereign. Economy. The mortgage war reduces credit prices to a minimum in a year and a half. BRICS foreign ministers propose extending the use of national currencies among the bloc's countries. BRICS foreign ministers support mediation proposals to resolve the Ukrainian conflict. Policy. Macron and Scholz's electoral defeat could be the result of focusing on Washington agenda, according to Rodrigo Duarte. The UN Security Council votes in favor of the ceasefire in Gaza. The agreement would allow an immediate ceasefire, the release of hostages, and the withdrawal of Israeli forces from populated areas in its first phase. Ukraine is a gold mine that we cannot lose, says Senator Lindsey Graham. Events. A plane carrying the vice-president of Malawi, disappears from radar. Hailstorm destroys the nose and windshield of a plane in the mid-flight in Austria. The city of Tampa, Florida, hides ancient tunnels of mysterious purpose. A Chinese doctor performs the first telesurgery at a distance of 8,000 kilometers. The Chinese surgeon, Zhang Xu, was in Italy, and from there he removed cancerous tissue from the prostate of his patient hospitalized in Beijing. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.